Hi fiends and welcome to Race Weekend Update for the 2022 Hungarian Formula 1 Grand Prix, where we saw an incredible drive from Max, Ferrari strategy failing yet again, and Mercedes looking stronger than ever going into the summer break. My name is Stacey Hewen, and let's get right into it. George Russell shocked everyone by taking the first pole position of his career this weekend, causing many to say Mr. Saturday is back. As it turns out, Mr. Saturday truly is back, as on Sunday he only finished third, finishing even behind his teammate, who only managed to qualify 7th. Hamilton had a great race, finishing second on Sunday despite a weak qualifying effort that was caused by a DRS failure. Upon seeing a Verham-Rust podium, fans sat in stunned silence, realizing that despite the new regs, nothing had changed at all. Max Verstappen had a devastating Q3, only managing to qualify in P10 due to power unit issues, putting him just ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez, who qualified in P11. With the Ferraris starting in second and third, this caused many fans to speculate that this could be the weekend that turns the season around for Ferrari. These same fans are now turning up in droves to rehab clinics to sober up from all the copium they consumed this weekend. Max Verstappen had an absolutely dominant race this weekend, not only taking the lead after starting P10, but also spinning his car at one point while leading, only to overtake Leclerc once again. Max claims these were mistakes, but I think it's pretty clear that he's got such a big lead that he's now styling in the only way his generation knows how, by 360 no-scoping the noobs you're dunking on. After the race, Max said, "Amazing result. Who would have thought when we woke up that we were going to win the race?" Everyone who's been paying attention this season knows that Max starting in P10 has a better chance than a Ferrari starting on the front row. Red Bull race strategist IQ Schmitz has been getting a lot of attention recently, and it's hard to say if it's because she's actually a brilliant strategist or if she just looks like an absolute god compared to her rivals at Ferrari. Esteban Ocon must have hit his head this weekend as he was defending like a lion against Fernando early in the race. With Otmar bringing over that BWT sponsorship though, I can see why he might have thought it was 2019 again and mistaken Fernando for Sergio. The one nice thing about this infighting is it did give Danny Ric his one chance to shine this weekend as he passed both Alpines while they were squabbling with each other. Daniel Ricciardo asked for soft tires when he pit, but was given the hard tires that everyone knew were hot garbage. Given the nature of Danny's contract, it appears that McLaren is going with the be awful to your man until he breaks up with you method of ending a relationship. The icing on the cake was the lack of grip from the hard tires, causing Danny Ric to lock up while he was wheel to wheel with Stroll, and he collected a 5-second penalty for wiping out the Canadian driver. If McLaren continues down this path, we can expect to hear that over the summer break, McLaren has also stopped showering and is no longer cleaning up after themselves. Valtteri Bottas was absolutely glowing this weekend as he was able to respond to a question about if he would be interested in the Aston Martin seat by saying, "I never believe I can say this, but I have a contract." Ferrari, of course, could never allow one of their drivers to be happy, and Bottas got the full Ferrari experience as his Alfa Romeo's Ferrari power unit failed 5 laps before the end of the race. Now, over to the Canadian positivity guy for the Canadian summary of the race. Well, you've heard the British guys enough, so why don't you listen to somebody else for a change? Everyone who's been calling Latifi 10-ply was in for a bit of a shock this weekend when GoTV set the fastest lap in FP3, and then followed that up by doing a purple first sector in Q1. But despite the purple sector, Latifi still managed to qualify dead last, as is tradition. Sebastian Vettel left Aston Martin, which I'm sure caused some streaks on Daddy Stroll's Calvins, but before we had a chance to crush some Sandos, they signed Nando, begging us all to ask the question why he would sign with a spare parts team with Schmelz at the helm when he's been blasting clappers all season. Between us girls, I think it's because he's been scrapping with Safnauer, and sticking with Alpine would have been a suey career move. Sure, he won't have a toe-curling season next year, but at least he knows he won't be competing with Piastri for a seat, since it's clear Ocon's getting blowies in his contract. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Following Ferrari's disastrous choice to put their drivers on hard tires, Mattia Binotto was seen leaving the paddock to go to his trailer. There was speculation that he was going there out of frustration, but he returned later, which confirmed he was just going to take a piss. What they didn't tell you was that he was taking that piss on Ferrari's fans. For the spicy meme of the week this week, we're going to be splitting it between Stronk, posted by Asleep F1 to our Formula Dank, and the meme Battery Voltas posted to Twitter, as they're both basically the same meme. The text in both is along the lines of, making bad career moves makes you stronger, and then a picture of a very muscly guy who is labeled Alonso. And I have to say, I agree with these memes. Fernando Alonso seems like an incredible driver who always outdrives whatever car he's in, but he could have so many more ships under his belt if he just stopped driving boats. Anyway, thank you for joining me again for another race weekend update. I absolutely love making these videos, so if you want to see more of them, please share with a friend who might enjoy them. Give a like if you feel up to it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps a lot with spreading the word and also with making sure that this long-form content continues to be produced. I hope you're also enjoying the short-form content that I'm releasing in between these videos. And until the next race weekend, my name is Stacey Hewen, and let's be fiends together.